Welcome back, everybody. Episode 28? 28 already?
So.
Well, I guess so.
That's what we heard.
You know, it's hard to keep track when the guy goes on vacation all the time.
Yeah, 5 or 6 times.
Five or six times. Yeah, man. You know, last one wasn't quite a vacation, but we'll stick to your whatever it is, your assumptions.
I mean, you know, you weren't here, so I don't know what else to assume.
For multiple days.
Yeah.
Multiple days?
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
it was a week, right?
Yeah.
That's usually what people go on vacation for.
It wasn't a week. What's a week? 7 days? Or 5 working days?
I think it's something like that.
It was 5 working days.
I think a week is 7 days, but
Well, whatever. Yeah, I guess whatever. Yeah, I left Monday, came back Friday, was back at work Saturday.
yeah. Pretty close.
All right.
Okay, so my math is off.
Go figure. It's par for the course.
I mean, I'm not the math major, so
Yeah. I seen you like 1, 2.
Yeah, I was adding it up.
That's
right
why that's why there's calculators. Well, anyway, episode 28. Welcome back. I know I was gone last week. You guys did a great job. Took some shots at me. Fair enough. But now we're back. And like I said the other day, I don't get mad. I just get even, fellas. And you'll never know when it's coming. And it might come on the show, might not. But I'm certainly going to capture it to share it.
yeah, I'm
You
sure.
know?
I mean, hot chip challenge, marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
Gummy
You know what,
bean,
though?
or whatever
The marshmallow thing, honestly,
You still didn't tell me about it.
I thought I did. Thought
did.
counted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess I'll give you.
thought I
I'll
told
give you
them.
that. You didn't.
What do you mean? You didn't tell him about it.
So we had a marshmallow contest that I thought I shared with everybody. Apparently I didn't. Just to see how many marshmallows he could stuff in his mouth.
So as a good sport as I am, I showed up and he's like, "Hey, marshmallow challenge." I was like, "What are you talking about?" I did it anyway, but you know, I didn't know about it.
You're a good sport.
Yeah, he is. He is
Right.
absolutely a good sport, and you know, as we all are. You know, I guess you kind of have to be around here
Yeah, you don't have a
because
choice.
if you don't have thick skin, you probably won't make it too long. But yeah, anyway, so we're back. Things are rolling. Camps are going on. We see a lot of stuff on social media with all the NA3 posts, the NA posts. Around the league.
Yeah,
There's some funny stuff. Vietnam's got some funny stuff on there.
always do. I mean, they got some really bad stuff and then some really funny stuff. So
Yeah, my daughter bought a T-shirt from there.
the new El Paso ones.
Yes, she did.
I mean, I don't know if we should shout it out, but they're pretty sweet looking.
They are pretty.
They are cool.
We'll take a picture and I'll get it up on there. We can put it up on social media. But yeah, they are pretty cool.
They're pretty cool.
And the Vietnam whatever it. You think what you want of it. It's kind of comical.
Oh yeah,
You
there's some
know,
good stuff on there for sure. Good laughs.
Yeah.
There are.
There's some funny ones.
Yeah.
They got. Sometimes their taste is a little bit, maybe a little too far, but sometimes, man, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, like the worst road hotel. I thought that was a good post. There were some good ones about Shreveport.
As long as you're not it.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as we tend to get picked on a little bit,
Yeah.
but whatever. It's good stuff and humor. I think it's good. But anyway, she bought a shirt, so she's pretty excited about that. I'm not, but who am I?
Did she buy 2? Did she
No,
get you one?
no, she don't buy me any. It's
Number
my
one-
money anyway.
You can put #1 podcaster on the back.
No,
Host of the year.
host of the year. But yeah, so there's some cool stuff going around the league. I know we're getting started. We've got our travel figured out for the most part between both teams. Bus schedule, hotel schedule is the NA side of things. That's going to be a doozy at the beginning of the year, but it is what it is. Nobody ever has a perfect schedule. You just kind of deal with what you're dealt.
That's part of it.
For sure. Rolling with the punches.
I know this week here we got conditioning camps going on.
Yep.
How's that going?
So far, so good. Yeah. Got about 8 kids on the ice at 6 a.m. in the morning, so
Nice.
early start. And I'll tell you, the guys are here at 5:30 every morning, ready to go. And then a second session at 9 a.m. And there's only 3 kids in that one right now, but good reps, good sessions. Guys are working hard. Some of the NA3 guys came in town early to do the conditioning skates, and you can see them sucking wind a little bit from the altitude. So I think it's really going to benefit them, come start of practices.
And that's what it's for. I think, back when I was, during junior level, it's obviously changed a lot now, the landscape of what athletes are and what we were. I just remember when I'd go back in the summertime, I probably wouldn't do anything for about a month, and then I'd start working out about a month to go.
Like once a week?
No, every day.
Every day.
Every day. And we would do conditioning camps in the evenings. So there'd be like a junior level with college guys, and then there'd be a pro level, and it would just be an hour and a half of pure hell.
Yeah.
It was ran by a group of people, and it was tough. So and I did that about 2 weeks out. I'd get on the ice about 2 weeks out and go into camp, and just my normal 75 goals and pup 8 kind of self. You know what I mean?
Big deal.
No big deal.
So tell me about these workouts. Like back at that time, is it just like a lot of curls or
12-ounce curls?
It was I did a lot of chest, and arms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
beach
bod.
My
those
legs,
vacations you're getting ready for.
my legs are naturally gorgeous and big. You know what I mean? Just worked on my chest and my arms a little bit. You know what I mean? It's just I was single back then, and
some calf raises?
No.
Tony,
I never did legs in the gym. Never.
One of those guys.
No, I didn't need to. You know what I mean? Like I'm not being that way, but I didn't like doing legs. I didn't want to do legs, so I didn't do legs.
I get it.
It worked out for you.
They did well. I could have been a little better, but
Sure.
you know what I mean. But no, I strictly upper body.
I love
strictly upper body, and but whatever it is, But nowadays, guys are like, it's not so much the weights; they're doing freaking everything but that.
Oh yeah, they're running, jumping all over the place, and plyometrics
all summer too.
Yeah, all summer. Like it's just a different world, different time, different athlete. Like people like, oh, players back then, back in my day were so much tougher. I would agree with tougher.
Yeah.
But as far as the overall athlete, no way.
No way.
Yeah. Just we're more educated now on what we need to be doing.
Sure.
Like that stuff didn't exist back
diets and workouts and all that. Nowadays compared to what we had, but yeah,
like you take example Wayne Gretzky, obviously probably one of the best player ever.
Yeah.
Would he do the same things back then as what he now as what he did back then?
then. Hot take: the goalies were terrible back then, and come on.
Yeah. Could
I get it, man. It's just it's a discussion.
you imagine Wayne Gretzky with one of the new sticks in his playing in his
that's a fair
days?
point.
Like, geez.
Right.
Yeah.
That extra.
Well, I remember when I went from they came out when I was playing adult league. From your aluminum shaft to the composite. Mm-hmm. Like I couldn't even see where the puck was going.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to dial in. Like,
well, you got to open your eye. You got to open your eyes.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just I shoot so hard.
That he takes have you ever seen him play?
No,
really?
I don't think so. I don't think I have.
No.
So he's a clapper guy. I'm talking
everywhere.
Top of the circles down, doesn't matter.
Top of the crease.
It don't matter.
I asked him one time when we were growing up, playing men's league. I said, "Hey, are you just doing that just because it's men's league?" Or he's like, "No, that's the way I shot the puck.
Yeah, man.
Just clappers, scores."
I like it.
Wrist shots are
I'm all
overrated,
for it.
man.
Yeah.
Who takes? I don't even know how to take a wrist shot.
75 goals in Pape might say otherwise, but
but no, honestly, like Mike said, I've never, when I played, I just take slap shots, man. I don't care. Get out of the way if you don't want to be a goalie. Get out of the way.
Oh yeah, even in men's league, get out of the way. Woody used to get.
Oh yeah.
He used to chase.
Did you ever meet Woody?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we had a guy. His name's Scott. Let's just call him Scott, and he was Denny Lemieux from Slapshot, 110%.
Yep.
And he'd go crazy if we hit him anywhere up top, or he'd ring one by his head, or he'd stop on him. But if you made a good save on you, he'd catch it and then he'd skate out at you look what I got. This is just Denny Lemieux. So we used to go to these men's league tournaments in Phoenix, and it was awesome. And I can't remember how it went, but I always seemed to be in charge of it. And we were sitting down in the skate shack area, and we had the chairs, and there was, the chairs were facing each other, and 90% of the guys were on that side of the chairs. Me and Woody are on this side, and we had a case of beer in my bag, right? And we're drinking after the men's league, and nobody had the heart to tell him that he wasn't playing goalie. If he wanted to come, he had to play out because he wasn't very good either. But I can't anyway. So everyone's looking at me to kind of tell him, I'm like, God dang, man. And he's sitting right next to me, and I'm like, and I kind of said it. So what if you're coming? You're not playing goalie. One of those things. Well, he caught what I said, And he's like, what do you mean? He got all mad. He's like, fine, I'm going home. And reaches in my bag and grabs a beer, and I'm taking the beer with me.
Taking my ball and going home.
It was funny. But anyway, what a character. But Denny Lemieux, 110% men's league. He'd go frickin', his stuff would be all over the ice. Blocker, catcher, helmet.
Yeah, he used to ruin the game because he would chase him out of the net, and then we didn't have a goalie to shoot on anymore.
And then he was playing goal, and I didn't wear any gear. I didn't wear a cup. I didn't wear shoulder pads or elbow pads. So I'm standing in front of the net, and he's cup checking me. I'm like, Woody, I'm not wearing a can, man. He's like, so? I'm like, you do it again. You're going to get what's coming to you. Yeah. Sure enough, he does it again, and I couldn't get his helmet off. And I broke this finger and this finger. I couldn't get his helmet off, but I was just teeing off on him. But that was an every week thing.
Yeah.
Guys would fight and whatever. It'd be fun. But anyway,
we don't support fighting, by the way.
No. Speaking about supporting, Mr. Sherman, any news you want to tell anybody?
Well, I mean, there's probably a couple things. I'm going to be joining the NAHL staff this year as the newest assistant coach, and Coach Mike is going to take over my role in the NA3 this season. So I'm really looking forward to joining the Joe Coombs family and getting with those guys. But I'm still going to be around the rink and able to be around for the NA3, and I'm just excited to have a new opportunity this season and kind of go from there.
Congratulations on that, man.
Thank you.
For sure. And Mikey, congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
Things, our dynamic here in Rhino country can change from one day to the next, and you just never know. Sometimes it's just an opportunity. Sometimes it's, but it's well deserved.
Thank you.
Sherm, you've been in the program for a lot of years as a player, as a coach, as a scout. I don't think there's much better dudes out there than you.
Well, thank you.
And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting beside me, or because
we'll talk about it,
or
later.
we made the decision to do it. But don't flip and let me down.
I'll try not to.
And then same with you, Mike. You've been, you're from here. You're a player here. You've always had your roots here, and just the opportunity. Just again, it is what it is, and we're lucky to have both of you. And we hired, I'll let you tell that one, but we also brought another guy on staff.
Yeah, so we recently, we've been working behind the scenes, and we just hired a guy by the name of Stephen Cunningham to be the NA3 assistant coach as well as the assistant youth hockey director. So Stephen's got a pretty nice pedigree of hockey. He played in the old North American League back when Bozeman had a team. Spent some time in the BCHL. Played some Division I hockey at the University of Denver. Went on injuries, kind of ended his career. Played a little bit of pro, then started the coaching thing. Started with some private lessons, built up a high school program, and went back to school. Was getting his master's in applied sports psychology, and was looking to get some more experience coaching. And he really enjoys working with junior hockey guys as well as the youth, and so I think he's gonna bring a nice blended skill set to our organization and really help us out.
And then that's huge because Sam Matson, he resigned last week or 2 weeks ago. The last day was last Thursday. He accepted a job at prep school, getting back because he's an educator.
Yeah,
and so he's teaching as well as being an assistant coach, and it's kind of a stepping stone for him. And that's kind of one of the things with our youth hockey is that it is, for bringing a guy in as a youth director or whatever it is, it's kind of a stepping stone.
Yeah, for
right.
Sure.
Just because we're a very small entity in the minor hockey or youth hockey, so people come in and they get a year or two, and then they just kind of move on, and we've come to accept that. It was hard because what are we doing wrong? What can we do differently? And so after Sam left or during that transition, Corey and I and all of us really kind of put our heads together and what are we going to do? And we come up with this, he's going to be the assistant coach for the NA3 as well as a youth hockey director or assistant youth hockey director, and kind of wear multiple hats on that, which is great because
Absolutely.
It'll help.
Yeah.
And we're going to assume that this is going to be a stepping stone for him as well. And whether we get a year or 2 years or even maybe he stays, but that's going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's I think the concept that we kind of put together to do this, I think having, we talked a lot about us as junior coaches here. We're going to be more involved in running some of the skill skates throughout the year. And then so now you have a permanent role of a guy who's doing the junior thing, and then with the youth hockey, and the more the more that our junior coaches are involved with the youth hockey, I think the better it is for our youth hockey program.
Yeah, it definitely helps intertwine all the teams and group together, and I think it'll be really good to have that for the kids are going to be excited to have a coach out there with them that also is on the bench, and having us out there as well is going to be huge.
Yeah, and there's many other organizations out there that do that, and it's just El Paso is such a unique city because you hear of El Paso, but when you come, it's a completely different thing than what you hear.
Oh yeah.
I'm a prime example of that. I hear certain things, and I came here and I'm like, man, I love El Paso.
Absolutely.
Probably the same with you because
for
you
sure.
moved back here.
Yeah, I'm back.
You're from here, and Aaron's from here too. So obviously, Aaron left to Phoenix. He's our new producer. He went to Phoenix and he came back to El Paso. It's a great city. I love it, except for this time of year, it sucks.
It's
because it's too hot.
Yeah.
But getting his family down here and sticking around, I think is going to be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
He's looking to move down with his wife and his 3 dogs, which, Sherm can speak to it. You come down, you put down roots. You don't want to leave, man.
Yeah.
Like,
not at all. It's a great place to be. I mean, Larson, one of the NA3 guys, his parents came this weekend. And we pulled in, and I think we underestimated the size of El Paso and how much there is to do here. And I was like, yeah, it's different than what you expect. And mountains and desert, but what else do you get? And it's much more than that for sure.
Yeah, when I came down in '97, and obviously it was a lot different than what it is now. And I was like, where am I?
Yeah.
When I was flying in, and then after 2 weeks, I was like, man, I love this place.
It's great.
People are friendly, food's great, it's fairly inexpensive. It's good.
There's a lot to do. I mean,
There
there's
is a
so
lot to
much
do.
to do here.
Lot to do.
I don't get out very much, but there's a lot to do.
Yeah, that's what I hear that. But no, there is. Like, you got Cloudcroft not far, and Ski Apache if you're into skiing in Ruidoso, which is 2 hours away. There's whitewater rafting not too far, up in Cloudcroft. There's lots of hiking here locally.
Oh yeah, for
Fishing.
Sure. I mean,
There's everything
you
you
name
name
it. Yeah.
White Sands. Have you guys been to White Sands?
You know what? White Sands I have not been to. I've been everywhere. I've been to Carlsbad. I've been to Waco Tanks. I've been to all those, but I haven't been to White Sands.
White Sands pretty cool.
yeah, you got to take the girls there.
Well, I want to go, but every time I think, hey, let's go, it's 103 degrees out,
I
and
get that.
I'm gonna
Like
wait.
the last 2 nights would have been good to go because of the full moon.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
They have where you can mountain bike on the full moons.
Really?
and
that's
and
cool.
it's just lit up like I've never done it. My
sure.
wife's always wanted to do it, but we just we never have time to do it.
Yeah,
Or it's too flipping hot.
He'll have to do it. Maybe Hio can let you borrow a couple vacation days, and you can use them to get
I'm
out.
sure he's already used all his, so I don't know.
Your vacation days got used up on your suspension.
Okay, so it was 10 days.
You've only been with
I was
us for
still
a year.
there. Okay. I was still there.
So you got an extra week.
fair enough.
So the way I see
walked right into
is
that.
the way
That's
I
fair.
see it, you owe us a week.
All right.
So
I'll just work double this week. It's fine.
yeah, just punch in twice. 2 different time cards. Nobody will know.
This guy never clocks out.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's that guy. Eh?
He is,
Just
yeah.
stays in all the time. Oh, look, I worked 60 hours in 40 hours. I put in
Is it
27
only-
hours today.
Wait, am I only supposed to work 40 hours?
Yeah, man.
No.
No.
Really?
No.
Okay, I'm going to start working 40 hours then.
Yeah, I see where that gets you. See where that gets you.
I'll be looking for a job
Did
at
you,
Whataburger or something.
did you read the fine print?
Of course not.
And
I trust you guys.
and other duties as required. That's the catch
Other
right there.
duties as required.
That's the safe call right there. What else is going on, fellas?
Not much. Just getting ready. I mean, we got, what's today? The 20th?
Yeah.
20th?
It's another 10 days for you.
NA guys, 10 or 11 days, and then, we're off. And
We got that
roll.
barbecue for both teams going to be
Yeah, I'm looking
happening
forward.
on Fort Bliss, which is going to be really
that's
cool.
gonna be fun.
There's some information you guys need to get Miss Judy. I'll get you that.
Yeah.
Just to simplify things. But yeah, no, that'll be a good time. We're going to get both teams back together doing it. Mm-hmm. Rather than last year, we had to separate them just because of schedules and report times and that stuff. But we're able to do it, which is much better.
Yeah.
When both teams are together and just it's better for everybody.
More people show up, get to know everybody. Players get to know each other. It's a good situation.
And that's the one thing our booster club does a really, really good job of is getting everybody together, meeting people, and supporting the team, the players. It's awesome. they do a really, really good job with the Crash Booster Club.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the games this year. I hope the tortilla slap game comes back this year
I remember
from last year.
first year, well, Joe's first year, so year 2 of the NA, we had the BMX track, and we were driving, and I'm like, man, like, he's like, guys are on the BMX bikes and they're jumping over stuff. I'm like, yeah, everything's gonna be good. No sooner did I say that, Tyler calls me, and we're on our way there. She's like, hey, we got a problem. I'm like, what's that? We think somebody separated their shoulder. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Sure enough, he missed like 2 weeks of the season, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I was just like, note to self, we're not doing this
Yeah.
again. We can go, but we're not doing the
There was
BMX.
no one on bikes last year, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
It was pretty
No
funny.
more X Games
Yeah.
preseason.
But it's hard not to, man. You get there and like they got this like sick, BMX track, and they got the
awesome.
bikes and everything like that. Like, yeah, man.
I was gonna do it. My wife was like, "Nope, no, you're not."
No, you're not.
All right, fine.
Yeah,
I would probably break a hip or something.
sure. Yeah. Then you'd be out.
And then my vacation day, definitely would be out of vacation days then.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, no medical leave.
no medical. Roll your ass to work, Sean.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, so it's right around the corner, man, and it's exciting. It's good. I know. Kind of shout out to little Jimmy Rodriguez. Remember Jimmy?
Oh yeah.
So he wants us on his show.
Yeah, he texted me, but I meant to talk to you about that.
Yeah, well, he texted me, and I meant to tell you about it too. So I think he's setting us up. So, one of our, well, I guess more of a friend of yours, but I've known him for a while. He was in our youth league. He's got a podcast. What's it called again?
Oh,
Putting you on the
Jimmy.
spot.
I don't know if his podcast has a specific name, but I know his YouTube channel is called Duke's Gaming.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Jimmy's awesome, man.
Yeah, so he's got this. We're gonna go on there maybe this week or next week before the season.
He does a good job with his podcast. He was a pretty good hockey player. Like
he
didn't
was
do
in
a
our
ton-
youth program.
Didn't do a ton of ice. Did a lot more roller, and he
That's
was.
not even a sport. Don't even get me started.
Oh, we'll have an argument about that.
Seriously, what's
Well-
your take on roller hockey?
As a sport, and we're signing up a team. So are you playing?
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Joe's in.
Well, good. You and Joe
Yeah.
can play.
The three,
Joe's-
the four of us.
No.
Joe played pro
I need-
roller hockey.
I need some
Dude, I
clappers.
played
from the
roller
hash marks.
hockey one summer and I conquered it. I'm good. You know what
How
I mean?
many goals?
A lot.
Oh, okay. How many games?
I think there was like we played. No, I'm not being honest. Paul Rohde got me a little award. It was, like,
Of course, Rody got you.
Brody loves roller
but
hockey.
I think we did 10 games and I had 117 points. Something stupid like that.
Man, your memory's pretty good when it comes to that. That's not
What'd you
bad.
have for lunch yesterday?
Probably a burger.
Probably. Yeah, you can remember 117 points. We can't remember lunch.
No, but so like no, I'm not into roller hockey, man. Anyway, off topic. Jimmy Duke's roller hockey player, but hockey.
Yeah, awesome guy. Does like a really good content creation page. Like he does like all the gaming stuff. I don't understand the video game stuff, but he's really good at it. Does a great job. He's trying to grow that page and start monetizing it. But he's got like a full-time IT job that he does, and then does that on the side just because he loves it so much. And
awesome.
I hopped on there one time, like maybe like a year ago now, and it was fun. Like he's just a good guy to have a conversation with.
Well, I was supposed to go on, I don't know, like maybe 2 months ago maybe. And he's like, here's a questionnaire like to fill out. I'm just like, dude, not a chance am I filling anything. We're just going off the hip here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to read it anyway.
No.
So I'm not doing the homework, Jimmy.
No.
Sorry, buddy. Jimmy,
didn't
I
have
know
to-
you're going to listen to this because you support our podcast, you follow, but you send me a questionnaire to do, dude. I'm not doing it.
He didn't make me do any homework.
Well, there's really not much on you. You know what
What
I
do you
mean?
mean?
Or maybe it's the opposite.
I was gonna
He's
say-
like, hey, you need to fill this out so I can write something on you.
Yeah, he needed you to practice, getting your
I'm
getting your
sure that's
sentences
it.
together.
Yeah.
How do
You
you?
spell the oh. that's you, Mike, on that podcast. That's how roller guys talk.
Oh,
There it is. Yeah, we set up the board a little bit differently, so little toys now that we can play with. But that's how roller guys talk.
Oh yeah? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Anyway, Jimmy's podcast will go on that maybe later this week or next week. So if you want to set that up, we can go.
Yeah, I'll shoot him a text.
Good guy. But other than that, guys, the season is right around the corner.
it's right here.
First game for the NA3 at home is the 20th, I believe.
Yeah,
And the first road game for you guys is the 13th.
13th in
And
Colorado.
You guys are on the road for the first freaking 6 weeks,
Forever.
it seems.
Yeah.
I know you sent me what you sent me, and I just
Yeah.
about had a heart attack.
Yeah, Colorado back for a couple days, Shreveport straight to Blaine for 8 days, then Colorado and back, and I think we got Brahmas at home and then a weekend off or something. So
Something like that.
it's going to be a long haul, like 99 hours on the bus or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
be-
There's no
that'll
doubt.
be good.
That's part of playing in the South, too.
Oh
right?
yeah.
You know,
I mean, I think it's good to do it at the beginning of the year, get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody has to spend time together, get to know each other, build that relationship with the team. It's
Yeah.
it's long. I'm sure my wife isn't going to be too thrilled about it. But
no, I would imagine not.
it is what it is. So
Yeah, it's
it's part of the
she
game
obviously understands the career you chose,
for sure.
and obviously
Yeah.
yours as well. So,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. But best of luck to both you guys.
Appreciate
You
that.
know, we're gonna next week we're gonna hopefully have Steven on if he's around.
Yeah.
The new assistant youth hockey director / assistant coach for the NE3. We'll get him on at one point in time, but it was exciting to talk to him and get his input on the take of our youth to help them out, and as well as the juniors. So again, welcome, Steven.
Yeah,
Glad to have you. And
Hey, last week while you were gone on vacation, we added a new segment to the show.
yeah, right now. Okay, so this is new.
Okay, so complaint corner. All right. So does anybody have any complaints this week that they would like to air out? This is good. This is therapeutic for us.
Yeah, I've got a couple complaints, but you guys go first.
Go ahead, Sherm.
You know, honestly, I don't have anything this week.
Really?
Yeah, I got my AC fixed. I'm happy as a clam.
Okay. How about you, Mike? So what was the complaints last weekend when I wasn't here? Or last week?
Well,
So it was complaining about our ACs
AC,
breaking down at
yeah.
home. The heat,
so are you going to join that? Complaint?
Yeah, because mine took a dump. And
Did it really?
Yeah. Yeah. So
what I
I got
mean?
no AC right now.
A justified complaint.
Do we have an HVAC sponsor? Can
Yeah,
we get
well,
one?
actually,
I don't know.
we're working on it.
Okay. Well,
No free ads, but expert HVAC. That's
Yeah.
who came to my house. They did a great job.
yeah, I had one of the maintenance guys from the hospital come over and take care of mine.
I like that. It's very El Paso.
So
Oh yeah.
I guess my complaint would be the AC. What about yours?
Lines.
Lines.
Yeah. You notice in El Paso, man, you go to Chick-fil-A at I don't know, 2 o'clock. What do these people not have jobs? And there's a huge line everywhere in El Paso. Am I crazy to think that? There's
No,
lines everywhere.
but Chick-fil-A is pretty popular.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an example. There's multiple places.
I bet there is.
Dude, I have no patience, and so being in line drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. My I guess I'm gonna take the AC off the table. What I'm gonna complain about
Okay.
Let's hear it.
is a guy that hit me in my truck and hit and ran. I'm gonna complain about that,
Yeah.
and I caught him. And yeah, man.
What'd you say to him when you caught him?
Beep 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 beep. That's kinda
Excuse
what I
me,
said.
sir. You shouldn't have done that.
You shouldn't have done that. But we're not going to get into that. But that's what I'm going to complain about. And
fair.
I went from about a 0 to 100 in a matter of 0.5 seconds. And this is when we're on our way out of town. But that's what I'm going to complain about. Is hit
For
and run.
vacation.
People just, if you get in an accident, just pull over and eat it, man. You know what I mean? Don't take off. It's going to make things worse.
Yeah, especially if you don't have insurance, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah, it's a rough start to
you
the
guys got me
vacation.
fired up already.
That's what we're here for.
I guess now my blood
No,
pressure's
it's
up.
good. Hey, if you don't get it out, it's all built up inside. You know what I mean?
So are we going to turn this into like a session of pouring out our
Like a therapy?
No, it's just
therapy?
complaining.
So
just
we're
complaining.
Okay, we're complaining. Okay, complaining. So yeah, that's my complaint. You don't have any.
Mine
Yours
was
is lines.
I'm sure later I'm gonna have 5 or 6 things, but right now I'm doing all right
Yeah,
here.
Yeah,
so.
once the season starts,
Yeah.
you're going to have
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole long list of things. Same with you.
Yeah, just come prepared with complaints.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
just
not
start,
going to
I'll
get
just
you
start
anywhere.
writing them down.
All right. Anyway, guys, again, thanks for joining us. We'll stay tuned for next week. Should be another fun one as we get ramped up for the season. Until next time, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.